Okay. Okay. Looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. Hey, Boov. Oh, I always forget how to pronounce it. I thought it was Boov. All right. I was trying to use OBS. It didn't work, so I'm using the live feature on YouTube Studio. So we'll see how this goes. Next time I'll try OBS. And I tested it on my tablet, so the audio seems to be working, but I just turned that down. So let me know if you can hear me. Boov. All right. And there is Sean, who told me to use OBS, and then it crashed and burned. So thank you for that. All right. Cool. 2 people. Woo. 3 people. Awesome. Hey, Justin. I thought the computer would ping me when I got chats, but it's not. So I'll just have to remember to periodically look over at my screen. All right. So we got 2 bot talkers and a Pokemon fan who is just here to support me. I appreciate that. What's in the box? The box is the 40th anniversary Steeljaw, who comes with Blaster, which is really nice of them to add that little bit for us. But I figured I would, since I didn't put out a video this week, I would try my hand at a live unboxing. And I'm very comfortable with Blaster. I know him pretty well. So I thought it would be a pretty easy one to go over and just kind of check out. And if anyone has any questions about the channel or stop motion or just anything in general that I'm actually willing to answer, then we can have a little bit of fun and try this out. See if this format works for the channel or not. If it doesn't, no big deal. We gave it a shot. But I picked up the 40th anniversary Blaster. I was not going to get it, but then I saw other videos on it, and I said, yeah, I got to own that. I have the original Blaster right here to compare it to, and the original Steeljaw. But it's anime colors and it looked really cool. And I figured, you know what, I have to get this. I'm probably going to keep this displayed in box, but I am going to open it on stream here and we can take a look at the differences and see what Hasbro did to it. Anybody else have this already? Let me know in the chat. I'll hopefully look over and see it. But it's still cool to look at. Like, they used the original box art here, added the 40th logo. You got Steeljaw's box art added here too. I don't believe Blaster originally came with Steeljaw. Steeljaw was released with rewinds back in the day. So it's nice that they included a cassette for Blaster for once. The Soundwave version comes with 2 cassettes, but whatever. It's fine. I didn't get the Soundwave version. I'm just getting Blaster. And I'm a little miffed that they're releasing Kingdom Blaster again now in the Studio Series line with these same paint apps that you're going to see on here. But on the back here, we got that cool G1 box art with the Grimlock fighting the Insecticons. You got Jetfire in the background and Shockwave. Always loved this stuff. I used to have a lunchbox with this, I think this exact artwork on it. But like an idiot, I peeled the stickers off of it and threw it away and everything. But you get tech specs on here. I don't know if they gave us the little red card in here or not. I hope they do, because that was super nostalgic to be able to put the little red lens technology across this and see the wave that you can actually see their stats anyway. But it was just neat as a kid to do that. And then on the side here, just pictures of the product. And then that classic, this is how you transform it, instructions on the top. I don't know what it is, but these flaps they just make me happy. Like you don't get this kind of stupid box design anymore on Transformers. Now they do all sorts of other things, and we have the windowless packaging and everything. But I just love this, the little flaps on here. I always thought that was cool. So I'm going to try to preserve this packaging as much as possible because I want to display it in package. I'm going to put it back in. But if we slice that open, this is super thin cardboard, so that's not encouraging, but whatever. It's fine. It's Hasbro, saving money. And we got a plastic tray in here now. Back in the day, it would have been styrofoam. I'm going to put that aside. We've got no stickers because it's all painted, which is nice, whatever the heck that is. And a nice instruction sheet, but we don't need that because it's Blaster and Steeljaw, and they're super simple. But let me clip them out of this plastic coffin. This is riveting, I'm sure, to watch. A lot of people bitched about Steeljaw's weapons because they're not chrome. They were painted. But as someone who has a lot of Steeljaws in his collection, I would say I'm happy to have something different. It's more of like a cream gold, and I'm kind of grateful for it because it means the chrome isn't going to peel off and over time from handling it. I'll put the plastic tray aside as well, and hopefully not lose it. Let's get rid of all the plastic twist ties. My trash can is not close enough for me to get to. All right, so the main event would be Blaster, of course. I'd say they weigh the same. I don't know if there's metal in this yet because I haven't transformed it, but he looks, I'm trying to get it on the camera, looks fantastic. I love what they did with the colors. The cartoony, softer gray compared to the more brown on the original. But you can see all the different details on here. They just pop, and just simple. Instead of having all the toy graphics from the stickers and stuff like that, they just went with simple, colors and everything like that. So it looks more like an animation cell, and I love that. Back of it looks like that, and for people at home, hey Alex, people who never used this, had this figure before, it looks cool in these colors, which is why I couldn't resist it and eventually just caved. I do like that if you look here compared to the original, they painted the little volume knob on the side here, which was, I don't think that's ever been painted. It's not painted on Twincast, I know that. I'll keep pulling that over to compare it, but I mean, it's dead simple to transform this thing. Just pull that out, and it feels nice. It's new plastic, so it's not going to get all creaky, I hope. It's not shaky like the old one. Oh, and we got the little speaker things in there, and these are painted on the bottom, which is nice. The original feet were cast in black. These are painted gray. And the gray plastic matches that, which is kind of cool. And yep, we do have some metal parts in the arms. I'm trying to make sure this is on camera. Sorry. So we got the metal bars and stuff like that too, which is nice. Oh, that's tight. And he now has gray hands instead of black. Just little changes, and just enough to make me say, yes, I will buy this thing one more time. Oh, that's hard to see because of my lights. Let me see if I can adjust that. That's a little bit better. I'm a little too messed up with the focus, but sorry. This is all new to me. I've never streamed before. So, yeah, they went with cartoony eyes. So he has the blue eyes on this one, which I think pop better. The gold eyes on the original are nice, but they look kind of devoid of life. I think the blue eyes are a little bit better. So it's just nice to have a difference and just little changes. And it's going to be nice because my original, the chest panel doesn't work anymore, which is a problem with blasters. So I believe, hopefully I don't have a dud here. Yep, there we go. I can finally put cassettes inside my original blaster, which will be nice. Speaking of cassettes, we have the main event, for me anyway, a Steeljaw. So compared to the original, this one has just nice tampografts put on it. To make him look a little bit more like he came out of an anime. instead of having like the original, which had all sorts of weird stickers and stuff on one side, and then was basically blank on the other. Um, uh, but this one, nice little lines, and you got the Autobot logo on both sides, which is cool. And they painted the cassette reels, which is awesome. But he's super simple to transform, and I'm curious if these are. I can't tell if these are still metal. I don't want to try to stress it and bend it. They look like painted metal, but I can't tell. Based on the shine, I think it is metal. But I wasn't sure if they changed it out to plastic or not. But always had an issue with his snout. But that's Steeljaw, the best of the Autobot cassettes. What do we got here? Oh, people are writing things. I like that Steeljaw was one of the few Autobots in the 1980s cartoon did not have blue eyes. Yeah, he was. He has gold eyes on here. It's hard to tell on camera, but I can see it here. They are painted. I wish Blash had yellow eyes like toy. I prefer my eye color variety of the Transformers fiction. Yep. I think they did that back in the day. It was just to set up who try to differentiate like Autobots and Decepticons, like, you know, who has what color eye. But on the toys, it was all over the place. It never always matched. Yeah, but it sucks. I tried fixing it once. I'm not going to take him apart again to see if I could fix his chest panel. So that was one of the small reasons in my head I justified getting this, because I've never bought a reissue blaster before. I've always been happy with my original blaster and my original Twincast, my Twincast door still opens, which is nice. And I have a Microman version of the mold, the blue one that came with the little AM radio cassette. I should have brought that over here, but it's buried behind a bunch of stuff and I don't feel like it. But that one was pretty cool, but that door also opened. So it's really just my original blaster that doesn't open. But yeah, Steeljaw looks fantastic. Let's get his weapons on here. I prefer them in the back. Cassette reel. I think it looks cooler. And I like these colors. I don't know why people were complaining so much. I think the painted gold weapons look phenomenal. And is it painted on the... Oh yeah, so the hips where the joints are, these are also painted instead of stickered over like on the original. So they painted over these bits here where you got the little pin going through. That's nice that it's painted gold as well. Just a really good job on this. Oh, you can see the pins on this side though. But they just did a fantastic job with Steeljaw, and I'm very happy with that. I'll add it to my entourage of Steeljaws. Whatever. He's always a pain to stand up. I have quite a few of them all over the place. At one point, including knockoffs, I probably have close to like 20 or 30 Steeljaws. But they're great. Yeah, he fell over too. It's fine. What else we got here? Is there going to be a Legacy Ramhorn? I don't know if they announced that or not, but I'm definitely looking forward to the Studio Series 86 Steeljaw. That would be... I was really hoping they'd announce it on the live stream the other day, but they did not. But we have like 4 more live streams this month that they're doing, so they're spreading everything out. Ramhorn is coming in 2-pack with Bombshell. Is he? Oh, that's the retro Bombshell, right? Is coming with an original Ramhorn. I think that's what it is. And no, I don't have Stripes or Night Stalker. I don't have the Masterpiece Night Stalker either, which is a Steeljaw Masterpiece mold that was never released as Steeljaw. And it pisses me off that I've never been able to find it for a decent price anyway. I would love to get it just to experience that Masterpiece mold, but I'm also bitter about it because it's Night Stalker and not Steeljaw, and just I would like it to be him. Let's see how many more times I can say Steeljaw on this stream. That'd be great. We'll do a drinking game to it. I mean, I have, like, this is the MMC Tempo, which is a knockoff Steeljaw. Not a knockoff, sorry, a third-party Steeljaw. And this is how I envisioned him to look. I've never talked about this one on the channel because I transformed it into this mode and never wanted to go back to it, his cassette mode, because it's not that it's a pain. It's very fiddly and a pain to transfer. Yeah, it is a pain, and I'm never going to animate it or do anything with it other than he just looks phenomenal on my desk. I haven't picked up any of the other MMC remix figures, but I like that. I like that one a lot because, you know, obvious reasons. But this, let's see, we'll put him in there, see how well he fits. This is a cool way to showcase. We've seen Blaster so many times now. There was a Walmart release, a retro release a few years ago that I skipped out on, even though I saw it on clearance bins quite a bit, and probably could have picked it up for dirt cheap. But I just kept thinking, I have an original Blaster. What's the point? This one was changed just enough to make me want to get it. But Blaster seems to be a favorite of Hasbro to put out there, even though they don't give him nearly as much love as Soundwave. So yeah, that fits nicely. And let's see if you can see it on the camera. Trying not to hit the autofocus. It looks good with the colors on the clear plastic window. I like that a lot. And I like that this is tampographed on. This is not a sticker, just like the rest of it. So just overall really cool. Where does gun go? I took it out. Where did it go? Oh, I never took it out of the bin. That's why. Yeah, Blaster is superior. I would love if they did Slugfest and Overkill. Those were my first ever cassettes. Like, as much as I champion the Autobot cassettes, Slugfest and Overkill were the first ones I ever owned, followed by Rewind and not Rewind, Eject and Ramhorn. Those were the first four I ever got, and Slugfest and Overkill are long overdue for new versions. Like, I was really annoyed that we never got Siege versions of them or something, because we always get the same cassette characters over and over again, and as much as I love cassettes, I'm kind of sick of Laserbeak and Ravage and would like to see other ones come out. Although I will always be okay with them releasing new Steeljaws. The gun is cast in gray this time, and just looks fun. I always like this mold. I mean, it's weird because this version with the hole was made for the Takara release, which had, like I said, the AM radio in it, and it came with earbuds that would wrap around this and stick into it. That's what this hole is for. But it's just kind of gives him this unique look because there's no earbuds, obviously, although maybe I could find some that fit. But it's just really cool that they've always kept that over the years. I think even on the Kingdom version, yeah, they've kept that in his design with that hole there, although it's not all the way through. Actually, that's neat. I've never noticed this before. It looks like a little cassette reel. If you look really closely at it, it's got the little teeth from a cassette. Very neat. Hey, Bots Obsession, welcome. Classics Overkill. Only nitpick is I wish he had a horn. Yeah, I have Classics Overkill too. I actually have him scheduled for a video at some point. I started writing it the other day, but I'm not quite there yet, done with that one. So even though I didn't put Classics Grimlock in my top 10 classics list, I'm gonna cover Overkill at some point because I like that figure for Overkill. I didn't like it for Grimlock. He's supposed to be a Ceratosaur. Yeah, I didn't know that when I did the little video on Overkill on my shorts. I didn't know it actually had a name. I'm not up with all my dinosaurs, but I just thought it was a T-Rex with a horn on it. But it does make him unique. If they had put the horn on him, that would be great. And I always thought, like, Overkill's a natural remold for Grimlock, like an easy repaint. They should keep doing that, but we haven't seen him since then, as far as I know. He got a Titan Master, didn't he? Or something that homaged him. I don't know if they named it Overkill or not. I have it somewhere in a pile. Next top 10 is Titan's Return, by the way. I'm working on that as well. My thoughts on that Blaster reveal. Annoyed. Because I don't want to buy them old again, but I really want that solid color eject, so I'm really annoyed, but I'm probably gonna get it. I know I will. So I might be selling my Kingdom Blaster or give it away or something like that. It's just really funny. It if it had come out a few years ago, or if we had known in advance that they were going to do it with the solid colored eject, I would have just waited. But I don't know. It bothers me that they do subtle things like that. I would have really preferred them to do a multi pack of cassettes. Do the I'll buy the eject mold again. I have 3 of it already. But if they did a multi pack of cassettes with eject rewind in solid colors, put in the 86 Steeljaw, I'll buy that again. I'm probably going to buy 2 anyway. And then maybe give us a unique mold or something like that. That would have been cool. Put it at the deluxe price. Yeah, I'll pay the $25, but give me more Autobot cassettes, because so far he's got, well, technically 2 and the 3rd on the way. But Blaster deserves some more cassette love, you know? But this, if anybody who has this already, you can attest in the comments. But this actually is pretty solid. I mean, it's the Blaster mold. It's been around forever, but it's not bad at all. This version of the release, like I said, I'm probably going to keep this displayed in box. But everything's working on it. The joints are all tight. There's no mold degradation that I can tell of. It would have been nice if they had gone like a little bit more. Give us the twin cast version just for the heck of it. With the larger chest panel. I don't know if they have access to that or if it's even still available, but that would have been cool. What we got here? Thoughts on Blaster Real Goody? I think Overkill should be made a mercenary. Yeah, that would be neat. I'm okay with them taking cassette characters and making them into full-size ones, like they did with Slam Dance back in Siege. I really like that figure. I thought it was a really clever reuse of the flywheels / Skytread mold. I think that's genius of them to do stuff like that. I'm okay with that for that kind of thing. So that's why I say I would be cool with Overkill being a recolor of like leader class Grimlock or something like that. That would be amazing to see. But they don't do that kind of stuff that often. Cassette Wars, yeah, I'd be all about that. I'd watch that show too. Heck, let me write it. I'll do a webtoon of Cassette Wars. Unfortunately, the actual cassette toys, like the original ones, are not very good for animation. I've tried it before. I've done it a few times back in the day with Eyes On Entertainment and stuff. But I've never really had a successful time animating these cassettes because they don't do much. I have been toying with doing like the Doctor Wu cassettes and maybe doing some animation with those, but they're so small and difficult to work with. We do need a new Beast Box and Squawk Talk. I would love to see Slam Dance and Squawk Box are like top choices for them to redo, but they don't for whatever reason. We hardly ever see them. We definitely never see Squawk Box in the Dino cassettes. I would love to see new takes on those. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my neighbor let her dogs out and they're barking like crazy. Speaking on that Overkill homage, Hasbro doesn't really do homages anymore. Yeah, no, they don't. They just make the character. That's true. It used to be back in the day, they would just like, what's a great example? Like Energon Downshift, it's Wheeljack. It was painted like Wheeljack. He's got the head of Wheeljack, but they gave him the name Downshift for whatever reason. Well, they had a reason, actually. It's because Wheeljack already existed in the Sideswipe homage that wasn't named Sideswipe. It's crazy. Did I miss it? Yeah, Devin, you missed it. Welcome to the show. It's no big deal. It wasn't going to be a big unboxing because we all know this thing. Claude Frollo. Yeah. Now that you say it, I can see it with the lines and stuff like that for Ferric. Or Ferrac or Ferric. I never knew how to pronounce that because I've only ever seen the name written. But I don't think I'm going to get that one. I have 2 versions of the Cyclonus mode already. I don't think I'm going to get another version of it. But it does look cool. I'm trying to save money right now, so which is why I spend $45 on these things. That's saving money, Zach. Real good job. But let's see if I can get both of these in shot. Lower that a little bit too. 4-star seekers we've seen so far. 4-star seekers. I'm not sure what the 4-star. What do you mean by 4-star seeker? Oh, the star seekers. Duh. I was like, is this a poorly rated version of seekers? Because I read seekers, not star seekers. Yeah. Honestly, I don't care about them. The Cannonball was the only one I was interested in seeing, but I really don't like the skids crankcase everything mold. I was just talking about this to Devin the other day. It's just I'm so sick of that mold. It's not very good to begin with, in my opinion, and or Star Raiders, yeah. They're just not they're not good looking. I like it's not a figure that I enjoy transforming. It's not a figure that I enjoy messing around with. I have Crankcase. It's the only version of it that I actually bought because it's Crankcase and I like the trigger cons. But I cannot see myself getting another version of that. Even though the Cannonball remold does look good, but I just don't want it. And then the other ones I'm not really interested in, like I was saying about Farak. Cannonball is probably the best looking one, though. I mean, maybe if I found them on clearance, I would pick them up. But honestly, I'm running out of room for display in my office. I won't show the whole office here, but it is between board games and Transformers. It is everything. I got stuff stacked on the floor here. I just got too much stuff. Yeah, Ross Seekers. Yeah, if there was a Ross near me, I would be all over that. All right. All right, this is fun. I'm not sure. I mean, any other questions or things you guys want to go over? I know I picked this because I knew it would be a simple thing to unbox and look at, but personally, I'm disappointed. They will probably all be. Let me see for the next. Yeah, probably. It's gearing up to be a disappointing 40th. Honestly, like I liked this. This is cool, but I'm hoping they show off like that. I don't know if it's rumored or if it was confirmed, the Commander Class Optimus, although I'm not looking forward to it because to me, the Earthrise Optimus mold is the best one. I don't know how they could top that, but I'm curious to see what the Commander Class G1 Optimus will look like. French folklore. If you drink 3 glasses of milk and place 3 cat whiskers underneath your pillow before bedtime, a goblin will tickle the underside. Okay. Good to know. Thanks, Alex. Oh, he does have a listing. Okay, cool. It's real, not just a leak. Good to know. You want a new Energon Prime. Gee, I wonder why. Well, he's always in the background of my videos, Devin, just so you know. No one's ever pointed it out. Maybe you have. I don't know. But although I've been more blatant lately and had him get shot and stuff in videos, which is fun. But yes, he just is there to remind me of my roots with stop motion animation. So he'll always be there, or most of the time he'll always be there, unless I need to move him because I need more space. I'm sure there will be a Transformers animated version of Toxitron. So I never cared much about Toxitron. I mean, it is a very cool G2S color scheme, but I've never gone for it. What else to show off? I got this guy too. I'm not going to do a video on him, but I'll show this guy off too. The Studio Series Mirage that is very much should have been Jazz. I really like Rise of the Beast. And even though I feel like this should have been Jazz, I'm never going to transform this guy again because it was such a pain to transform. I don't know if anybody else has this thing, but it's very fiddly. But it looks amazing in its car mode once you get it in there. There's a factory leak of a legacy TFA Prime with a faceplate. Oh, neat. Yeah. And skip Scourge just because I want to talk to him. Yeah, I couldn't skip Scourge, especially once I added the Toy Hacks decals. I really liked it. Even though the shoulders are very annoying on that Laser Prime mold, I like the look of Legacy Scourge a lot. So I'm happy to keep him with the original. It does transform very weird. Just going through it, I honestly thought I was going to break it. There's too much transparent plastic on this thing. They painted so many panels on this. I am so afraid to break it. This is definitely not. I know it's Studio Series, so it's meant more of a collector friendly line. But it's. I'm so afraid to break it. This is not a kid's toy. My daughter loved Rise of the Beasts, and she was very excited when she saw I had this. But I'm like, look, you can play with Scourge. I don't care. You know, the head pops off, but it's easy to put back on. I gave her a few. She has a few of the mainline figures. I've let her play with the Optimus Primal, which I'm also working on a video for. Love this toy. Uh, you know, because it's sturdy enough, but this one absolutely not. I can't let her play with this one because she's just gonna break it. I'm gonna break it, like not even just her. I need him to go with my human figures, whose name I've forgotten. Noah Diaz. I forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. I gave him to you. I did not like that mold. Just looking at it, I'm glad you like him, Devin, but I wanted nothing to do with owning that. It's cool that they wanted to homage the exosuit. I don't understand why they turned him into a jet. All right. So, how long have we been going for? Half an hour? Yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody jumping on this. This has actually been more successful than I thought it was going to be. So, thank you everybody for coming on this stream and putting up with any technical difficulties I've been having. The mercenaries should get more. I honestly hated the way they were handled. I hated the whole Netflix trilogy, the way it was handled. I think it was very poorly written. It looked nice. It could have been so much better, though. No worries, Devin. I'm glad you made it on. But thank you, everybody. I guess I'll cut this off for now. But I really appreciate everybody coming on. And this was fun. Maybe I'll find an excuse to do another one. Have a good day, everyone. Stay happy.